What's up, people? It's your boy Carlos Blue Forche, and you're watching the Blue Forche television channel. Um, listen, it's match week 7, and as you know, Chelsea, we've got a hard game. We've got Liverpool, we've got the Premiership leaders. I've been waiting for this game for a little while. I'm glad that we're playing it sort of early and we're not playing it too late down the line. But now is a chance for us, a real proper opportunity for us to really take the ball by the horns and get ourselves, into a better position. I will go through the rest of the games. Obviously, as you know, Bournemouth won yesterday. They won 3-1. Semenyo scored an amazing two really well. The second goal was really good on his left foot, but the first goal he scored was amazing. 2-1. It was 2 against 1 in terms of the defense against the attack. He had 2 people on him, and he managed to do a little step over, go right to the sideline and the byline, and take a man on. He went past him, he went around him, and actually slotted it through the goalkeeper's legs in one of the most tightest angles I've ever seen. It was a good goal. It might even get goal of the season. It was an amazing goal. Some people will say it wasn't that good, but it was. If you watch the game, the first half, there was nothing really going on, and that goal that he scored was amazing. Kluivert scored a nice goal as well. Justin Kluivert scored a really, really good goal, which Semenyo assisted. Bournemouth, I'm not saying that Bournemouth, I don't know what they're really going to do this season, but and I'm glad that Semenyo was realistic about that, because even though Bournemouth are second, they've won 4 games, drawn 2 and lost 1. He was still realistic, saying he's not going to get too happy and start talking this, that, and the third. But you look at it, man: Liverpool, Bournemouth, Arsenal, Palace, Tottenham, Sunderland, Man City, and then us. Like we seriously, we need a win. We need to beat Liverpool, and we need to start winning all the rest of our games. So if we're really serious, we'll see. If we draw with Liverpool, I still think we can do a thing. But I'll be honest, I feel like we do need to really take the game to Liverpool. So let's see head to head what it's been like for us. We've scored 11 goals so far. Liverpool have scored 12. Let me see here. We've conceded 8, they've conceded 7. I wouldn't know this don't expect me to know this off the top of my head, and anybody who says they do, they're lying to you. 47 shots on goal we've had. They've had 62, 26 on target, 28 for Liverpool. We definitely need to have more shots on goal. That's for certain. But we've got 26 on target, whereas out of Liverpool's 62, they've only got 28. So they're there for the taking. They haven't got Alisson in goal. For those that want to know, some reason he's out till November. Although he had a brilliant game against Crystal Palace last week, I would have thought he would have played today. That's made me think they're really there for the taking. 21 shots off target, 34 for Liverpool, 31 block shots, 29 for Liverpool. Our passing accuracy is better than theirs by 2%. We're 87. Well, you might as well say 88% and 86% for Liverpool. They lost recently to Galatasaray. Victor Osimhen penalty right down the middle. We One against Benfica, but we struggled. It was a deflection. People say it was Garnacho, but it was a deflection, man. Let's not go there. It was a deflection, and we struggled to do anything against Benfica. But I'm not gonna talk on the Champions League too much. I'm just putting it into context. We lost the week before to Brighton and Hove Albion, and as you know, Liverpool lost to Crystal Palace. So I'm thinking they are there for the taking. No Allison. Previous meetings, we've played 192 times. Liverpool won 81, we've won 62, 49 draws. I feel that we're better than Liverpool. I really think that we're better than Liverpool. Overrated team. Who they really got? Liverpool. You know, Mohamed Salah to me, very overrated guy. I couldn't believe when people were suggesting that Mohamed Salah is better than was better than Eden Hazard. Absolute, the two different players. Salah is a Chelsea reject. Salah is a Chelsea reject. You know, end of. You know what I mean? He went to Roma. He did a little thing in Roma, and you know, Anelka was better than him. JJ Okocha was better than him in terms of technical ability, better than Salah. So I'm not worried about Salah at all. I'll cut straight to the chase. People were talking about their teams, who's going to play, blah, blah, blah. Do we play Benoit Badiashile? I think we do. I think we'll probably go with Cucurella. This would be my starting 11. I'd go with Reece James at centre back for me personally. And I'd go with Malo Gusto on the right. Or if Fofana's fit, I wouldn't drop Chalobah completely, but I'd have Chalobah on the bench. But if he's available, that is. If he's not available and he misses the game, because I don't know how it works with that red card. He got 2 yellow cards. Does he just miss the red for that game? Is he able to return in this game? If he is, I'd probably rest Chalobah for this game, play Fofana, or put on Chalobah and then rotate him with Fofana for this game, and maybe just have Reece James at right back. Do the same thing with him and Gusto, and same thing with Cucurella and Jarrell Harto. Because definitely we're going to need to be defensive. People are talking about Josh Achimpong. I don't know. I don't know if he should start. I think he should probably come off the bench, but I don't know if he should start. Who knows? It's more the midfield that's the important place. God knows, man. Me, I'd go with Santos and Caicedo. You're probably looking to do what you might have to play a 4-3-3. I don't know, or a 4-2-3-1. I'd go with Caicedo and Santos. I'm okay with them too. Esteval definitely on the right. Now the other two positions, the number 10 and the 11, the left winger. Jamie Gittins is not ready. But could this be a game in which he comes Garnacho? A lot of you are going to say Garnacho on the left. You know my feelings on Garnacho. Garnacho to me is an impact player. He comes off the bench. I would go with Tyreek George personally. I think he's younger, hungrier, bit more of a point to prove, and possibly better. Certainly going to become better than Garnacho. I think he might actually be better than Garnacho. I don't rate Garnacho as much as you lot do. I don't rate Garnacho at all, actually, to tell you the truth. Facundo Bayanorte, though, I will say in the 10, I would trust Enzo Fernandez more than him personally. If Cole Palmer's unavailable, because I don't know the situation with Cole Palmer, but if he is unavailable, I would start with Palmer. If Palmer's available, I'd start with him in the 10, obviously, but it's gonna have to be Enzo Fernandez or Facundo Bayanote. I don't mind seeing Bayanote in the 10. On the actual left wing, nah, I don't think I don't think anybody's good enough. I'll put Tyreek George there. But Bayanote, I could see him, I wouldn't mind him in the 10, although I think Fernandez has just got a little bit more technical ability than him. But I'm okay with Facundo Bayanote in the 10. Some people say, what about Esteval in the 10? We've seen what happens. Why we can let him drift there, give him a free roll from the right. You know what I mean? Let him have a free roll. But to actually play him as a 10, I don't know. And is that going to negate his strengths? I mean, his strengths, he likes to take on players. That's why we bought him. You know, that's the big thing about him. He takes on players down the wing. That's why we got him there. So, yeah, Yao Pedro up front for me, definitely. I would play either Fernandez off him or Bayanote. If Lavia's available, because Lavia did come back last week. If Lavia's available, you could play uh what you call him. It could be Lavia, Caicedo, and then possibly you could play Santos in the 10. I don't know what Santos could do there, but they add this extra defensive cover, but also act to press. I don't know if that would work. I haven't seen Santos play in the 10 now, high up the pitch, but who knows? For now, leave Lavia on the bench because Lavia is just coming back to full fitness. So, and hasn't featured at all. I don't know. Yeah. Santos, Caicedo, Esteval on the right, Tyreek George on the left, and either Fernandez or Bayanote in the 10 with Pedro up front. So yeah, that is what it is. Let's go to the rest of the games because I haven't got a lot of time. I got to go out and do some shit. Like I said yesterday, big up Antoine Semenyo. Amazing. He had an amazing game yesterday. And I don't support Bournemouth, of course, but I do like the Premiership. I do support the brothers. I do, because we need support. He's Ghanaian as well. I'm half Ghanaian, as you know. So yeah, big up my Ghanaian brother there doing his thing. I'm half Caribbean and half Ghanaian. Okay, whoever don't like that, don't tune into my channel. You know what I mean? Okay, just to let you know as well. If you don't like that, if that bothers you that I'm half Caribbean and half African, half West African, don't come to my channel. All right. So Semenyo scored an amazing goal yesterday. Like I told you already, Sessegnon scored for Fulham. It was 0-0 at half time. And it was actually Fulham that were 1-0 up at 70 minutes. And then Semenyo, 8 minutes later, came with that goal. Kluivert scored in the 84th minute. And then in the 6th minute of extra time, we saw Semenyo do his thing. Amazing goal. He's an amazing player as well. Hopefully he can keep up his form, stay at Bournemouth as long as he can to get that first team football and everything before moving on. I do see that Semenyo possibly could go to a bigger club in the future. but for now, he seems quite good at Bournemouth. Okay, so today we got kicking off at 12:30, literally an hour and a half from now. We got Leeds and Tottenham Hotspur. I'm going to cut to the chase. I'll go straight with Tottenham on that one. So I had to have a little drink there of tea. Arsenal kicking off at 3 o'clock against West Ham. I'm going with Arsenal for that one. I don't know the score, but I'm going with Arsenal for that one. I can't see Tottenham losing to Leeds, even though they're away from home. I see it's on TNT as well. I think Tottenham should be okay. They might struggle a little bit, but I think they'll win that one. Arsenal, I could see definitely Arsenal beating West Ham at home. London derby. West Ham ain't gonna cause them no problems. Man United kicking off at 3 o'clock against Sunderland. I gotta go with United on that one. I know that Sunderland are a strong team and they've been doing really well and blah blah blah. And Man United lost to Grimsby, but Man United beat us. They beat Chelsea. So it is what it is. I do not see them losing to Sunderland. Mind you, if they do lose to Sunderland, Ruben Amorim will be fired. He'll be fired. If they lose to Thing, he'll be fired this weekend. Or definitely he'll be fired at Christmas. Either way, but I think if they lose to Sunderland and they lose badly, he'll get fired. So I've got Man United winning that one. We're kicking off at 5:30 today. I've got us beating Liverpool. Personally, I think they're for the taking. I think they're vulnerable. They've been scumbagging so far, scumbagging wins, not really doing anything. They looked good when Ekitike was there. Pardon me. As soon as he was out of the club, as soon as he was out of the team, sorry, it's like I don't know what's happened to Liverpool. He's pretty good, Ekitike. But yeah, I don't know. They just look different without him. So I don't know. But they haven't got Alisson either in goal. And they look like they can be penetrated at in defense. So yeah, let's leave it there. Tomorrow, yeah, and I've told you what I've told you about our team. Even though we look leaky in defense, for some reason we seem to rise to the occasion against Liverpool. So we definitely need to. It's not a joke. We need to win the Premiership. We need to do really good in the league, and I feel like our time will come tomorrow. Aston Villa, today, I mean. Tomorrow, Aston Villa kicking off at 2. You got 4 games at 2 o'clock tomorrow, and all of them are on Sky Sports. Every single one of them is on Sky Sports. So you got Aston Villa, Burnley. That's the Battle of the Clarets. I've got Aston Villa. No, sorry, I've got Aston Villa winning that. They'll take a lot of confidence. They beat Feyenoord during the week in the Europa. Was it the Europa or the Champions? Nah, I don't even know. The Europa, yeah. So they'll take a lot of confidence going into that. Although Burnley are, they got Scott Parker as a manager, and they're pretty tough unit. I do think Villa's just they're special, man. Everton and Crystal Palace. I've got Crystal Palace causing an upset. Most people would have Everton winning at home. Of current form, everything else. I think Palace beating Liverpool last week, they'll definitely take that confidence with them, especially as they're playing away. They were able to beat league leaders Liverpool, and they should have been like 5-1 up. If you see the amount of goals, the amount of times Ismail Sarr was able to penetrate the defenses from the left wing, from the right wing. He mainly stays on the left wing, but he sometimes drifts on the right sometimes as well. Um, yeah, I got Palace winning that, man. I don't know the score, but I got Palace winning that. The other game at 2 o'clock is Newcastle versus Nottingham Forest. To me, that's a no-brainer. I got Newcastle winning that. It will be tight. It'll be tough. And I know both managers are good, but I'll go with Newcastle for that one. I just think they've just got a little bit better there, a little bit better, more organised defensively as well. Wolves are playing Brighton and Hove Albion at 2 tomorrow. I got Brighton and Hove Albion winning that. I think they'll be too strong for Wolves personally. And the last game of the weekend of match week 7 is Manchester City versus Brentford. That's at 4:30 tomorrow. Brentford are playing at home, so they're not going to make it easy for Man City. They could, do you know what? Brentford could do an upset, could pull an upset. So don't be surprised if they do. But like logical money would tell you Man City. But for me, I don't know. The way Brentford played against us and the way they were able to get a draw against us, I know they sort of scumbagged a win from a throw in, and it was, it was lucky for them. But I do think they've got a good manager, and they certainly won't be scared. I feel like Jordan Henderson as well is a good accolade to have in the midfield. So he's got the experience and all of that, and he gets assists and he makes the team click. Um, Although logical money would say Man City, I'm going to go with Brentford. I don't know the score either, but I think Brentford will cause an upset. And I was going to say Burnley causing an upset as well, but I won't. But there it is. Bournemouth beat Fulham 3-1. Leeds are playing Tottenham. I'm going with Tottenham. Arsenal playing West Ham. I'm going with Arsenal. Man United against Sunderland. I go with Man United. We're playing Liverpool. I've told you, I always back us anyway, but I let you know. Even if it doesn't seem logical, I'm going with us. Aston Villa versus Burnley. You'd like to think with a win over Feyenoord that Villa certainly are the classier team. They're the better team. They're playing at home, so they're going to be in claret and blue. Burnley are not. But if anybody's going to cause an upset, it will be Burnley. Everton, Palace. I'm going with Palace. Who else is there? Newcastle and Nottingham Forest. I'm going with Newcastle. Brighton and Hove Albion. I'm going with Brighton. And I'm going to go with Brentford to cause an upset. So listen, I'll leave it there. I won't waffle on too much. I'll do another video tomorrow. I'll do an update, a review, and a update of match week 7. And yeah, let me know what you think in the comment section below. Please like, comment, and share and subscribe. I do know it helps the algorithm. Even if you dislike the video, it just helps the algorithm, helps the channel grow. Don't worry about it if you don't. And I am open to looking for sponsors, and if you need stuff, if you want to advertise your stuff, and you need to get to me, but you need to subscribe to me in order to get my business details so that you can contact me. That's how it runs. All right, so I'm out. Bless.